these guys are both currently champions of their respective brands. TNA World Champion Moose, NXT North American Champion Obafemi. Now this is I put this books in there because we've been seeing the current crossover or partnership, I should say, of NXT and TNA. Could be a worlds collide type of thing with these two giants. These are both Nigerian guys who are a great physical shape and they're great in the ring. I would like to see a match between these two. This would be a great scenario. Who do you got my money on? Obafemi is amazing in that ring. He is only, I think he's only like maybe 21, 22 years old. Very young guy in the game. But we know Moose is in his early 40s. But this could be a very good match between these guys. I would love to see how this will go down. If they're going to do another TNA and NXT partnership crossover, whether Obafemi goes to TNA Impact Show or whether Moose comes to NXT, I would love to see a match between these two guys, these two giants. I would love to see this. Now I did mention, that maybe Moose would be, coming on NXT, being that battle royal that he's recently had. But other than that, this is the match I want to see. Phil and Uzi said in James Boss last week. You're talking about Clash at the Castle Scotland. You mean the same event where Damian Priest botched too? That was a rope issue. So I'm not gonna put that on Jade. That's pretty much I think that's the match you're talking about. Maybe she botched on SmackDown recently. I don't think she had a match last week on SmackDown. I think you're talking about Clash at the Castle Scotland. If not, so correct me. But if that's what you're talking about, it was something up with the ropes that was announced. Damien Priest botched, who never botches. So I think that's what you're talking about. But yes, this is the money making match. Obafemi and Moose. Oh, this is a money making match. Femi versus the Moose. Both of these guys. We talk about the Bianca and Jade. They're in the same company. We know it's going to happen. This is one crossover I would love to see, a TNA of Moose, the world champion, versus NXT's Obafemi. Now I know Obafemi, like I say, he's a lot younger. He's only 20. I'm sorry, he's 26 years old. I knew he was young, but Moose, we know, is the more seasoned veteran. We know Moose has done a lot more in his wrestling career compared to Obafemi, who just started out his wrestling career. Because Moose is 40, he's 26, so there is an age gap there as far as the guys. Obafemi will have him with the younger legs and the speed and all that. But Moose is nothing. He's no slouch. Moose will give you that work. You will get that work, son. You'll get that work. Definitely.
You about to get that work, son.
Yes, so don't ignore that at all. You could get that work. You definitely get that work. But of course, I don't know if they're going to bring this particular event back, which is, remember, Worlds Collide NXT. If they did that Worlds Collide with TNA, that would be amazing. But, thing about it is, it'll be a TNA NXT thing. But Obafemi versus Moose, who do you got? Now, obviously, it's so obvious due to the experience and due to the history. I got my money on Mr. Moose. Obafemi could get an upset there, but Obafemi does not have the experience that Moose has, and Moose, that's where Moose got him beat. Now, Obafemi, I know Moose is 6'5". Obafemi, I think he's 6, I want to say 6'7", 6'6". So he's an inch taller than Moose. He's a little taller than him. He's an inch taller, a little bit bigger. He's 310 pounds. But, the boy Moose, like I said, no slouch. He's 300 pounds too. They almost the same size, the same height. Moose is 10 pounds lighter than Obafemi. Obafemi is an inch taller than Moose. So 10 pounds, 1 inch, they're pretty much very similar. They're almost neck and neck in size and height. Very close. Very close. Brulian said Moose is now through Femi. Is now through Femi have his time. Moose is Brock 2.0 times 2. You're right. If he didn't beat him quick, Femi have a chance. Yeah. Femi will have to. If you give Femi time, he'll get through Moose. Moose is the age is coming up on him. So definitely do not sleep on Mr. Obafemi. Now we know Obafemi. We know that he's only the NXT North American champion. I know he's not the NXT champion. Trick Williams is, but he's destined to win the NXT championship, and he's also destined to even, main event a WrestleMania. They already saying that he's main event material for WrestleMania. They already saying that he's going to be up there. They already got high hopes for him. So I think he'll pass Moose when he gets to 40s. He's got to stay healthy. But I got to give it. Moose is impressive. This is second TNA World Championship run. He's with the stable, the system. He's amazing moves. Does that spear everything. He's very smooth in that ring. Does not botch. He's smooth. He is better than Trick. Brilliant. So you talking about Obafemi? Yeah, Obafemi is way better than Trick. Trick is just over with the music, and he's over he's just over music, his intro, and then of course he's good on the mic too. I'll give it to Trick. He's good on the mic. I'll give it to Trick Williams like that. Other than that, though, man, I got Moose all day. Moose all day. Moose will ultimately win the match. And would you guys like to see an NXT Worlds Collide return just instead of NXT and NXT UK colliding? Now the NXT UK has become NXT, and we don't know what's happening in NXT Europe. We will have TNA now. So this could return at some given point. It could return. Do not sleep on that. But if they do return that Worlds Collide, if that returns, one match I want to see is these two giants, Obai versus Moose. That's what I do want to see. I'm so happy about it. I'm having myself a good old yes moment.
Yes! 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 Yes!
So yeah, Obafemi versus Moose. Like I said, guys, I do plan on doing more fantasy booking. Like I said, it's a good fantasy booking match. So this would be something that we could see in the future, or it could be something we have to see very soon. Other than that, though, guys, this is how it's going to go down. Obafemi versus Moose. Or like I said, it don't even have to be at a NXT. It don't have to be at an NXT event. Obafemi could very well go to TNA. He could appear on their show. I think it's right now TNA Impact Thursdays. He could appear on that show. He could, maybe challenge Moose for his championship or whatever case may be. But I would like to see these two go at it at some point. And I think it's going to be a money-making match, like Bruce kind of said. I can see this very well take it to the top and want to be one of the most talked about matches for a long time. On what I was going to say before Obafemi came to the scene, I was thinking of a Bobby Lashley versus Moose. Now, for those, I didn't watch Impact at the time when Bobby was on TNA. Has Bobby Lashley already faced Moose? I don't know if he faced him in real life already, and if so, was it the Moose that we see today? I don't know if these two ever faced each other. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. That's the only scenario I would have seen coming. I'm trying to see if they fought against each other. Did they have a match? I think they did. They had a match, I think, 6-7 years ago. Yeah, Bobby Lashley and Moose had a match years ago, but I think this would be much bigger than that. Way bigger match. And I don't think, was that match even worth talking about even now to this day? Is this a match that people even remember? For those who follow TNA, for those who follow Moose or Bobby Lashley, did you guys know back in 2018, Moose and Bobby Lashley had a one-on-one match. Blaze, man, salute to you. You said hi. Can you shout me up? Yeah. Welcome to the ring. Make sure you hit that like. Can you do me a favor? Hit that like button when you come into the ring. And if you like the content, hit that subscribe button. This is fantasy booking match that I got going on right now. But yeah, this would be a great scenario between these two. Moose versus Femi, one-on-one match. And I think it will be a great match, a great rivalry. And I think these two will duke it out. That's their ability. Thank you, Blaze. I appreciate the like. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I think this would be a good match to see. Like I say, don't have to be at a Worlds Collide, but I would like to see these two go at some point. These two are great world champions. Great champions. I'm sorry, Obi's not a world champion. Moose is, but not Obi, but great champions for their respective brands. Obi Family's doing a great job as NXT North American champion. Moose is a great TNA World Champion. Like I say, he is second run as champion. So I think this would be a great booking scenario between these two. I don't see why they wouldn't do it that way. I think it'll be I think some of the fans will like, especially the fans that's been following Moose for a long time, especially people that's been knowing much about Obi Femi since he came onto the scene. So I would love to see how that's going to go. But these two could have a match at some point. If not, we could book it where maybe Moose, Obi Femi's about to set up Moose for a power bomb, and Moose maybe reverse it, and he may come out of nowhere, go to the corner, go through the ropes, and hit her with a spear, and then 1, 2, 3, that's it. The match is over. That could be a good finish to that match, and I think that would be a good match, and I think that will be a good thing. That could be undisputed right there.
And that is undisputed.
So I could see very well the match being finished that way. It wouldn't hurt Obi Femi. Now, if Obi Femi sneaks up and gets a win over Moose, then yeah, he could do that too. He can hit him for the power bomb, but Obi Femi could go long in the ring. I don't know if Moose can go as long as Obi Femi in the ring. That I'm not sure about at all. Other than that, these two boys, they could definitely put in that work with each other. They can definitely take it to the top. They definitely could do whatever they can to push each other to the limit. Because I can see these two definitely push each other to the limit, especially Obi pushing Moose to the limit. So I'm not going to ignore that at all. But yeah, definitely. I like how these guys will be having a matches, and who knows? This could be maybe even a 2 series of a match. They could even have a 2-part series for all we know. Just because they have a one match don't mean they can't have another one. Don't mean they can't have a sequel or whatever the case may be. So I want to make notice of that too. Sometimes I could book it where maybe if Moose were to defeat Obi Femi, they run that back and Obi Femi gets the win on him. You never know. So we got to keep that in mind. Definitely got to keep that in mind of how that would go, because I would love to see how that would go down. But other than that, though, guys, that's how I would book that match. It wouldn't be any other way booking that match. They say you are my favorite YouTuber.